What's going on, guys? It's your boy Elischa here with Black Arrow, checking out some dope stories with the USL. We are in Richmond, Virginia, so we're going to be going to the Richmond Kickers match, meeting some players and taking you guys through the historic city of Richmond, the Virginia state capital. This city is beautiful, oozes of history, and we are about to meet with Richmond Kickers player Devontae DuBois. He's going to show us around the city, tell us more about what his experience has been playing for the Kickers. Let's go.
What's good, bro? How you been, man? I'm chilling.
Good, here.
Man. Hey, glad you made it, bro.
I'm glad I'm here, man.
I gotta show you Richmond, man.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Moving from Oakland to Richmond, looking to prolong my career. Then COVID coming in to kind of put a halt to just the season. Tearing my ACL when we returned to play. At that moment, knowing that this was going to be a whole year off, the club, the organization, the community really embraced me. And I think that was the piece why I even know why I came here. So I'm like, yo, I gotta get back. I really think soccer for me, I was like, damn, I get to go back to Virginia, but I had no clue what the death of this was gonna mean.
Yeah. When
I came past Robert E. Lee Stadium, because when I first flew here, right, I'm like, yo, why is Robert E. Lee erect right here? This guy was in the Confederate leader of the Army. I'm like, he's huge here. What he represents here.
Yeah.
So, but people who live here are conditioned to not really see it.
Yeah.
But it's here for a reason. And now it's been quote unquote vandalized, but really it's turned into a community center.
Yeah.
I think it just helps me recognize where I come from and gives me more purpose about what impact I can make, man. I mean, shit, speaking of the legend Arthur Ashe, he is here because, man, this dude was the first black tennis player, let alone one of the most really profound tennis player behind Pistol Pete. But this dude was a baller. But in the era, obviously, where he's a man, black man, and then he winning. MJ of his time,
yeah.
And then dealing with the embracing who he is, which is wild, man.
Where are we at right now?
City Stadium. This is my stomping grounds where I get to suit up, go to battle with my brothers, man. And to do it in a historic part of Richmond, been around since the 1920s. To see it now and to see where the direction it was going is just amazing, man. So our owner has been deeply invested into building this thing and continue to grow the roots here in Richmond as we see it. It means a lot more when I'm stepping on the field here, to be much more a part of the community, a part where the growth of soccer and continue that growth and history of the game.
So obviously, the fans are a huge part of the game.
Yes, sir.
How are the Richmond Kickers supporters out here?
Man, you can hear them, you can feel them, and they're called the Red Army.
Yeah.
So the Red Army shows up with the red smoke. They're making the noise. The homie Elliot, actually, he the one who actually Henny in hand. What does that mean? The Henny Derby, which is against Fort Madison. After you score, Elliot's in front.
Yeah.
Saying, get over here. It's always the loudest. Red Army goes crazy.
Yeah.
And that's the derby between us and Fort Madison. The Henny Derby, they call it.
Okay, so I am here
What's up, man?
with Elliot, a huge supporter of the Richmond Kickers, co-host of River City 93. How have you seen the black soccer experience transition since you started supporting the Kickers?
Atlanta won MLS Cup in 2017-18. So when Atlanta won it, is really when you saw the black soccer media boom kind of grow and expand to what it is now. I started listening to other podcasts, but I wanted to hear it from our perspective. We can tell these stories in so many unique ways because who knows black people better than other black people? That's where I kind of really fell in love with soccer, is listening from this whole different perspective and understanding where it was coming from.
You have the black soccer media boom, as you call it.
Yeah.
You became a huge fan of the Kickers. And now it comes to this point where we got what we call now the Henny Derby. Take us through, how did this come about? And how did this become, such an iconic thing now?
I was working with the Kickers to do a heritage night, showcase the history of the city of Richmond, but also I really wanted to show that pride in Richmond. So I wanted to be a night where the black community can come into, because a lot of black community don't know who the Kickers are.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be a night where they could be exposed to it. As you can tell, I'm an alpha. Wanted to have the black Greeks out there, bigger like an HBCU homecoming kind of vibe, And then the second part was me and Kyle, who's a black Fort Madison fan, me and him one day was just like, it was before the first Henny Derby, I was like, yo, you want to bet? on his game? And he was like, yeah, sure, what you want to bet? And I was like, yo, let's bet a bottle of Hennessy.
What are your hopes for this culture overall in the future? You know, where do you see this going?
For me, I would love for this to be an insight into what black culture can be for soccer.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to integrate and intermix like the HBCU homecoming vibes, which, and when people think about HBCU, they think about how it's turned up, how it's live, and that's great, that's fine, but when you break it all down and look at it, it's a family.
Yeah.
You know, we're supporting each other.
Yeah.
For the last year's Henny Derby, me and Kyle both worked together to raise money for black community organizations in our respective cities.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what we want the Henny Derby to be this kind of platform for the black community in soccer. You know, be our own thing.
Giving a platform to black soccer fans, exposing black people to the game of soccer, and getting some Henny in the mix with it. That's perfect. From what I know, y'all get turned up.
Oh yeah.
So it's definitely gonna help.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a vibe.
It's gonna be a vibe. We outside.
You got an ID on you?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you. It's gonna be lit. Let's get to it, guys. Let's go.
How you doing, sir?
What's going on? This is the main event. I've been waiting for this for a minute because I'm just like, this is so odd.
You're gonna have fun.
Nah, I love it. I love it. This is the last home game.
Last home.
Okay. Playoff spot could possibly be secured today. So it's gonna be, okay. This is an important one for sure.
I came to the first one 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm from Massachusetts. They just told me it was happening, so I came down on like two days notice.
Yeah. See, he heard Henny. He was like, I'm there. I'm there. Yeah.
It's sad that it's the last game.
Yeah.
But
then again,
I'll definitely be back.
the vibe is gonna be crazy because it's the last game.
Yeah.
Let me see who has a big drum. Big drum. Big drum. Oh. I'm gonna ask him. Would you mind if I like have a go with like the drums and stuff like that too?
No, get in there.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
This is our big one. It's
Okay.
60 feet.
Jesus.
And we're underway at City Stadium. It's the Richmond Kickers in for Madison one last time in the regular season.
Come on, I'm here. I'm right here with you. I'm right here. Come on. I'm about to get it. I got my own flag. Originated. Come on, Jenny. Originated. Come on, Jenny. I give you a hug. They ain't give you a hug. Come on. How you gonna give him a hug before me? Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. I got you. See that? It's love.
Well done. Put in a good ball here. Alexanderson, Terzaghi! That's the record breaker, and it couldn't have come at a better time. The Argentine takes the lead for Richmond. The final whistle is blown. Roaring applause at City Stadium. A Henny Derby classic tonight.
That's what it's all about, people. That's what it's all about.
And now we'd like to award the Charlie Slagle Memorial Supporters Award to Elliot Burr and one of the most important supporters Red Army has ever had. We're in the playoffs!
Quarter of the year, bro. Come on. During the Henny Derby, come on.
When I started River City 93,
Yeah.
we went 7 straight games without scoring a goal.
Wow.
And I recorded after every game. Them boys put everything out there for us. What can you not do as a sport?
Yeah.
You gotta love it. It's probably the essence of black soccer culture at its finest.
Yeah.
Won't no animosity, won't nobody fighting in the stands.
Yeah.
What happened after the game? The players loved each other. Players,
sir.
Opposite players was loving us,
Yeah.
we was loving them.
Yeah.
It's like a cookout. It's an HBCU homecoming
Yeah.
mixed with a cookout.
Elliot, champion, supporter of the year, right there, man. Henny Derby, Richmond. We out here, man. We out here. The Kickers, legendary. That's a wrap.